Bo Chapman Nix, born February 25th, 2000, in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. He is an American professional football quarterback for the Denver Broncos of the National Football League, NFL. As a true freshman at Auburn, Nix was named the starting quarterback for the 2019 season. He led Auburn to a 27-21 comeback win against the Oregon Ducks at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas on August 31st, 2019. Nix led Auburn to a 9-4 record in his freshman season, winning the Iron Bowl 48-45 over Alabama. He was voted the SEC's 2019 Freshman of the Year, finishing the campaign with 16 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. He threw for 12 touchdowns and 7 interceptions as a sophomore in 11 games in the pandemic-shortened season in 2020.2021 was an up-and-down season for Nix, with highlights being leading Auburn to their first win at LSU since 1999 and a win over #10 Ole Miss, while also struggling in certain games and being benched for TJ Finley in the fourth quarter of a game against Georgia State. Nix suffered a season-ending injury against Mississippi State. He threw for 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in 2021. On December 12, 2021, Nix announced he was entering the transfer portal, describing himself as miserable while playing under Auburn head coach Brian Harsin, who had been hired in 2021. In 2022, Nix transferred to the University of Oregon, taking advantage of the NCAA's COVID-19 eligibility waiver for the 2020 season, which allowed him to gain 2 years of eligibility. He led Oregon to a 10-3 record, highlighted by ranked victories over BYU, UCLA, and Utah, culminating in a 28-27 win against North Carolina in the Holiday Bowl. Nix finished the season with 3,593 passing yards, 29 touchdown passes, and 7 interceptions, along with 89 carries for 510 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. He also had 1 receiving touchdown. In the 2023 season, Nix guided Oregon to a successful campaign, keeping them in contention for the college football playoff. He helped the team start 5-0 before suffering their first loss to #7 Washington. However, they bounced back with 6 consecutive wins, setting up a rematch against #3 Washington in the Pac-12 championship game. Unfortunately, the Ducks fell to the Huskies, ending their playoff hopes. Nix passed for 4,508 yards, 45 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, along with 6 rushing touchdowns. He finished third in the Heisman Trophy, voting behind Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix Jr. After his final college game in the Celebration Bowl against Liberty, he broke Mac Jones's previous record for the highest single-season completion percentage at 77.45%. In 2023, he led the NCAA in completions, completion percentage, and passing touchdowns. Nix started 61 games between Auburn and Oregon, the most in NCAA history for a quarterback. Nix was chosen by the Denver Horses in the main round 12th in general of the 2024 NFL Draft. He was the remainder of 6 quarterbacks taken in the principal round, attached with the 1983 draft for the most in NFL history. Nix marked his 4-year newbie contract, worth $18.6 million, completely insured, on May 11, 2024. On August 22nd, he was named the starter over Jarrett Stidham and Zach Wilson before the season opener against the Seattle Seahawks, turning into the primary Mustangs' youngster quarterback to begin since John Elway in 1983. In his NFL debut at the Seattle Seahawks, Nix went 26 of 42 for 138 yards, 2 captures, and a surging score as the Mustangs lost 26-20. His 138 yards were the least in NFL history for a quarterback with at least 25 fulfillments in a game. In Week 2, Nix went 20 of 35 for 246 yards, 115 in the fourth quarter, 2 captures, and drove the group in hurrying yards for the subsequent straight game as the Horses lost 13-6 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nix is the child of football trainer and previous Reddish quarterback Patrick Nix. Both of Nix's siblings likewise play school football, with more youthful sibling Caleb playing security at Clemson, and embraced sibling Tez Johnson is playing wide collector at Oregon. He is hitched to Izzy Smoke, a previous Coppery cheerleader. Nix is a Christian. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and like it.